Hey everyone, John here, and today I'm going to be doing my first box opening of an Integrity Toys item. And so, forgive the setup, I'm still trying to find places to actually film things properly. And as you can see, you'll be seeing mostly my hands for today. So let's get started. The first thing is, I bought this doll on eBay and I'm very surprised that they sent it in the actual shipping box. So the only real detail on it is this. As you can see, Integrity Toys seems to call these dolls fashion figures rather than action figures or fashion dolls. So I think that's a pretty interesting way of describing them. And yeah. You can see that the box is actually a weird shape. It's kind of like the original Monster High boxes, where like it's shaped like this with like a slight angle in it. And I'm already loving the packaging. Here is the box. It's very, very 80s, and even though I didn't grow up in this era, like, I do remember seeing a lot of box dolls like left over from the 80s during my childhood, and this has so many beautiful design elements to it. It's bright and neon just enough that, like, you know it's from the 80s, but it's still very, very classic, like what Integrity Toys really likes to produce. On the back, you can see it's Gem and the Holograms, glamour, glitter, fashion, and fame. Celebrate the star style of music's first truly outrageous icons with the Gem and the Holograms Collector Edition dolls. Dressed in awesome 80s fashions, they are always ready to make an impression wherever they go. It's showtime, Synergy. Look out for more outrageous Gem and the Holograms collectible dolls and complete your collection today. Well, since these dolls go up to like 150 or more, like on the secondary market, I don't think I'll be adding any more to my collection. But yeah, this little slip cover comes off. And we'll just put this here. And there. So it's for ages 14 up, and it's an adult collectible, according to Integrity Toys. And it just has Craig Phillips on the front. Without the slip cover on top, you can see it's just a box where you slip off the front. And I am so nervous right now. This is my first time actually looking at the doll, so if it's terrible, I'm going to be so sad. Oh wow. Here is Craig Phillips. If you can see. His hair is so much darker than I was expecting from pictures online, and his shirt is like, it has like a hint of like a more purpley color to it than the bright hot pink that I expected from than the hot pink that I've seen from like the promo pictures and like other people's pictures. And yeah, he doesn't have his shoes on, but I think that's a good thing. And yeah, all the little details, and yeah. So let's see if I can set him free. Well, before I set him free, here are some of the papers that come with him. So the certificate of authenticity, and here are the drum kit instructions in here, and I believe that the yellow thing here is actually the sticker that you put on his drum set, so you can either be Gem and the Holograms or the Blue Bloods, which is a nice detail from the episode Brit Rock, where Craig made another appearance. On the back, you can see he is tied down with just like a couple ribbons, but this looks like a different ribbon to those two ribbons. So I don't know whether that means anything, or it's just that Integrity ran out of ribbons during the production of it. So yeah. Okay, these ribbons are actually double knotted, so it's actually really quite hard for me to undo these with my gloves on. So. Okay, so here is Craig Phillips after being freed from his box, and from what I've seen, all of his joints seem to be okay, and so I guess I do need to remove his pants to be able to get rid of the plastic coverings protecting his knees, but I'm really happy that Integrity did think ahead to protect the knees, because I've heard of Integrity Toys dolls' legs breaking when they're being shipped because they weren't protected enough, so I think just a tiny piece of plastic covering them is just enough to make it worth it. So yeah. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but his shirt is slightly iridescent, aside from his cuffs and collar. And I think that's such a beautiful detail. The shirt is held on with, they're held on with hook and eyes, but I think it's just a hook part with a piece of thread acting as the eye. And I don't know if you can see that, but his pants are so beautifully sewn, like, this is definitely the quality I expect from Integrity, but I'm really amazed by it. Come on, focus. So I'm just gonna open this up and... oh, wow. Oh. So here is his... so here's the rest of his things. There is a lot of parts to this, so yeah. So as you can see, there's a lot of parts to his drum kit, but you can already see there's so many details to it that I'm really amazed, and I'm very happy that I paid the price that I got for him. So this is what Craig looks like. And even though his hair is much longer than what was in the cartoon, I'm really glad that Integrity Toys decided to go for a more high fashion kind of look for him, because I love his face sculpt, and I'm very happy with the choices they made. His hair is heavily gelled, but his hair is gelled and held in with a hairnet. So I think I am going to take a break from here and just so I can undress him, take out the protective guards in his knees, and to wash out his hair a bit. So see you in a bit. So here's the instructions for the drum kit, and even though it did confuse me for a bit, it actually was really simple to follow. The one complaint I did have was there was way too much tape used for like all the little pieces. I do appreciate that all the pieces were properly packaged and they were protected, so I'm very happy that I was able to assemble it. But before I show you that, just a couple interesting things. For the doll stand, I did not get part B for this. I could not find it at all, so I don't know if it actually was included or if it was an oversight, but I'm not going to chase up Integrity Toys about a tiny little plastic piece when all the other pieces are accounted for. And another interesting thing is these hairstyling tips, if you can see. To help maintain the shape of your doll's truly outrageous 80s hairdo during shipping, hairspray was applied to it. To get your doll's hair ready for her first performance, either gently spray cold water on it to soften the hairspray and fluff it up using a hair pick, or wash the hairspray out completely to make it silky soft. To wash your doll's hair, simply use cold water and a small amount of dishwashing detergent. Rinse thoroughly, gently style it using a fine comb and leave it to air dry overnight. Important: never use hot water or a hair dryer on synthetic hair. Which I think is a pretty interesting thing to say, because you use hot water to straighten out hairstyles, so I think Integrity Toys is protecting their behinds when they say not to use hot water, because then if you mess up the factory hairstyle, it's kind of your fault for it. Here is my completed Craig Phillips set. Here is my completed Craig Phillips set. I didn't put on the sticker on the front because I didn't know if I wanted to commit him to either Gem and Holograms or the Blue Bloods. But yeah, I'm very, very amazed at the high detail used in this set. All the pieces are moving and they all perfectly work together, so like that. My one complaint is that it is made out of plastic, so it feels semi-flimsy, and I wouldn't play too roughly with it. So it's definitely a display piece rather than a toy. And here is Craig. I did end up washing his hair with a bit of cold water just to straighten, just to get a couple of the little flyaways and stuff that was sticking out of his hair when I took it out of the hairnet. And even though I love the fact that the pants are highly detailed and they're lined a lot, when he sits down he does look like he's wearing a diaper, which is due to like all of the layers of fabric on the doll. So even though it did take me like 15 minutes to get him fully dressed in all of his clothing, I'm very, very amazed by this. So yeah. My one real complaint that I have with this set is the fact that the drumsticks are clearly made for a female Integrity Toys hand rather than the male Integrity Toys hand, because I've had a really, really annoying time trying to get these things to even sit in his hands. Like, they're one finger too small for him, and I can't seem to get it over like all of his fingers. So in conclusion, I'm actually quite glad that I spent the money for this set, because part of it is that I really love the show, and you can see that whoever designed this, they were huge fans of the show. I love the high amount of detail in it, and even though Integrity Toys is quite pricey for me as a whole, I can see why they charge the prices they do. The high quality, the beautiful sculpting, and just all of the little details make me so glad that I did spend the money for this. This video, please like, subscribe, and check out all my other social media down in the description below. Thank you and goodbye.